Hello, welcome to another episode of This, That, and the Other. And today I'm going to be discussing a short-lived football league that existed in 2019, the Alliance of American Football. 8 teams, founded by Charlie Eversole, who was the son of Dick Eversole, and Bill Polian, the old Buffalo Bills general manager and Colts general manager. And the idea came out in 2018, began play on February 9th, 2019. It's a 10-game schedule, with the championship game being planned for April 27th. The AEF was announced on March 20th, 2018, and was overseen by former NFL general manager Bill Polian, former Steelers safety Troy Polamalu, executive J.K. McKay, also advisors former Steelers receiver Hines Ward, former New York Giants and Oakland Raiders defensive end Justin Tuck, and retired referee, current Fox Rules analyst Mike Pereira, and Eversole's father, Dick Eversole. Eversole attended the first XFL game in Las Vegas in 2001 and remembered how disappointed his father was by the poor quality of play. To ensure professional level football at launch, the AEF set out to hire coaches with professional football coaching and championship experience. April 7, 2018, the first team, Orlando, was announced with its coach Steve Spurrier. By June 2018, the league announced its 8 inaugural teams and their cities. July 30, 2018, the Alliance announced they had signed 100 players. Began its inaugural 10-week season on February 9, 2019. First point scored in the game was by kicker Young-Ho Koo of the Atlanta Legends, who made a 38-yard field goal against the Orlando Apollos. First touchdown came in the game with Orlando quarterback Garrett Gilbert connecting with Jalen Marshall for a 16-yard score. First shutout, Birmingham Iron defeated the Memphis Express 26-0 in Week 1. First onside conversion was attempted Week 3, with the Lions successfully completing a 48-yard pass against Birmingham. First safety was registered by Atlanta against the Arizona Hotshots in Week 4. First overtime game occurred Week 7 with Memphis defeating Birmingham. 14 playoff was capped, with the league's championship game initially scheduled to be held at Sam Boyd Stadium near Las Vegas. After Dundon took over league operations, he moved the game to the Ford Center at the Star in Frisco, Texas. Charlie Eversole was inspired to create the AEF in late 2016 after producing the documentary This Was the XFL for ESPN Films. Upon researching and examining the history of the XFL, he came to the conclusion that the concept was viable, but that the finished product was poorly executed and, from an on-field standpoint, bad football. He began developing the AEF in February 2017. About the same time, word came out that Vincent McMahon was talking about the possibility of revising the XFL, which McMahon would eventually do in 2020. Eversole originally approached McMahon about relaunching the XFL, but was unable to come to an agreement, as Eversole wanted to control the XFL brand and was willing to pay $50 million for the trademark, which McMahon was unwilling to sell. In December 2018, 2 months before the AEF season began, Eversole asked Vince McMahon about merging with the AEF with the XFL. McMahon turned him down. Eversole deliberately avoided making radical changes to the rules of the game to make it recognizable to the U.S. public. Teams had 52 players on each roster, and some selected by territorial draft. Territory assigned to a team consisted of at least 5 colleges plus designated professional teams, 1 Canadian Football League, and 4 NFL teams, players from colleges outside the AEF footprint being allocated based on their most recent professional team. Only one quarterback could be taken from the region. Play clock only ran for 35 seconds, 5 seconds shorter than the NFL, but still longer than the CFL's 20 seconds. The league originally proposed a 30-second play clock, but Ebersol concluded it would negatively impact the quality of play. Players could not throw the football into the stands or hand it off to a spectator following a touchdown. There were no automatic instant replay reviews of scoring plays or turnovers as there were in the NFL. Each team was given 2 coaches' challenges, which they could use at any time outside the 2-minute warning, and received a third if both challenges were successful. After the 2-minute warning in each half and during overtime, a replay booth had sole authority to call for a replay review. League was already not doing very well after it got started, and on February 18, 2019, the league announced that Tom Dundon, whose other holdings include the Carolina Hurricanes of National Hockey League and Topgolf, agreed to invest $250 million into the league. He was also named the new chairman of the AEF, and Dundon reportedly received a majority stake in the league in exchange for his investment. Dundon's investment was initially reported to be due to the league being in danger of not making payroll. League claimed the payroll issue was due to a glitch in the league's change of payroll companies, and that Dundon's investment had already been planned. Dundon later backtracked on his previous claim of $250 million investment, knowing that he had not actually delivered a $250 million lump sum to the league. Ultimately, on April 2nd, 2019, the AAF suspended all football operations on orders from AAF chairman Tom Dundon. League co-founder Bill Polian stated, and this is a quote I found on the internet, "I'm extremely disappointed to learn Tom Dundon has decided to suspend all football operations of the Alliance of the American Football. When Mr. Dundon took over, it was the belief of my co-founder, Charlie Ebersol, and myself that we would finish the season, pay our creditors, and make the necessary adjustments to move forward in a manner that made economic success for all. The momentum generated by our players, coaches, and football staff has us all well positioned for future success. Regrettably, we will not have that opportunity." Players found out about the suspension through the internet before their coaches confirmed the news. Players were evicted from their hotels where teams were being housed. Some were with some personally charged for unpaid hotel bills and required to pay their own way home. They also lost their health insurance, were forced to cover their own medical bills from injuries sustained during play. League employees were notified via April 2nd letter from the AAF board, which did not give a reason for ending the season, that their jobs were terminated as of April 3rd with no severance. Ebersol and Dundon refused public comment. Ebersol would eventually speak out on April 17th, stating that he had been advised not to speak by his attorneys. He insisted that the money he raised was there and had been vetted up until immediately before the season, claimed that the reports of players being saddled with hotel and medical bills were either fake news or fraudulent charges, and could not ensure that all those owed money would be paid. April 4th, the AAF announced that their official Twitter account that players were eligible to leave their contracts to sign with NFL teams. Contracts that players had originally signed included a stipulation that they could leave to sign with NFL teams at the conclusion of the AAF season. The league did not issue any public statement until April 6th, when the AAF.com website was updated with the statement, which read in part, This week, we made the difficult decision to suspend all football operations for the Alliance of American Football. We understand the difficulty that this decision has caused for many people, and for that we are sorry. This is not the way we wanted it to end, but we also committed to working on solutions for all outstanding issues to the best of our ability. Due to ongoing legal processes, we were unable to comment further or share details about the decision. April 17th, Eversole Sports Media Group and the 5 AEF operating entities filed for joint Chapter 7 bankruptcy liquidation in Texas Eastern District. In the filing, the league claimed assets of 11.3, liabilities of 48.3 million, 11.3 million, liabilities of 48.3 million, approximately 536,000 in cash. The AEF counted its player contracts among its assets in the bankruptcy filing, blocking players from joining the Canadian Football League. This block was lifted a day after the bankruptcy filing. League's uniform and its equipment were stored in a lot in San Antonio, Texas, eventually auctioned off July 2019. Former Arena Football League Commissioner Jerry Kurz made the winning bid of $455,000, being outbid from, among others, the revived XFL. Subsequently, the perpetually proposed Major League Football claimed that it had entered into an agreement to purchase the equipment for $400,000. And the teams were the Atlanta Legends, coached by Kevin Coyle, Birmingham Iron, coached by Tim Lewis, Memphis Express, coached by Mike Singletary, Orlando Apollos, coached by Steve Spurrier, Arizona Hot Shots, coached by Rick Neuheisel, Salt Lake Stallions, coached by Dennis Erickson, San Antonio Commanders, coached by Mike Riley, and the San Diego Fleet, coached by Mike Martz. And that's what I was able to find out on the Alliance of American Football. A lot of teams have tried to challenge the NFL. None have been successful. And sometimes it makes me wonder why they keep doing it. But anyway, it still happens. And that being said, looking for more ideas on shows to do in the future. My show is about preserving history, especially obscure aspects of history. That being said, like, subscribe, share. As always, thanks for watching.